Funeral service for the 10 people gunned down in a mass killing in Imbali Township in Pietermaritzburg is underway. Our reporter Bongani Gema is there and joins us now. Bongani, thank you for making time. We heard earlier from some of the community leaders speaking, the Minister of Police also addressing mourners there. What's been happening?
Well, it's been a very somber mood here, as we understand that this was a very brutal incident that occurred here in Imbali. We heard that the youngest was about 15 years and the eldest about 62 years, including a heavily pregnant woman. So you understand the pain that this community and families are going through. I mean, you can just see behind me now, the funeral is currently underway. When those caskets, were coming in, the whole congregation stood up to, pay their last respect to this deceased, and we also heard, the minister was also speaking here, relaying the message from government and also, revealing that the police are awaiting DNA evidence because they understand that one of the victims here was raped before they were murdered. But let me quickly bring in the Minister of Police, Minister, we thank you very much for your time. We know that suspects appeared on Monday in relation to this case. But Minister, here in Imbali, as you were saying, this is not the first time that this community is seeing this kind of incident happening here. We've seen many. You also mentioned that a crime summit is going to be held. But Minister, don't you think maybe it's about time that we introduce new interventions? Because, not long ago, there was a similar summit here in the province focused on gun violence, but this continued to happen.
Well, indeed, that's why we'll thank the MSC Duma here. We'll be working with him, with the communities, because it doesn't matter how many police you bring, it doesn't matter how many police stations you build. If communities are not part of it, it's not going to work. But indeed, we do have a problem around this community here at Imbali. As I've said, that is not the first time one comes from this kind of activity, this funeral. We believe that time will never come where we'll say we're tired. We'll have to go on and work until the solution is found. But as you have said, people that committed this terrible thing, killing 10 people, 7 of them women, one of them 62 and the youngest 15. Those people were found, one has appeared in court, one died when the exchange, it was an exchange with of fire with the police. So, but as we continue to work with the communities, and as the police putting more resources in the place, other major resources that we'll have to put and work with are the people in the community of this place.
Minister, I want to come back to the issue of the availability of guns here in our communities, because when many of these incidents do take place, we find that these are people who are heavily armed and many of these weapons are not licensed. Minister, when are we seeing a strengthening of intervention focused on taking these guns away from the communities?
Well, I fully agree with you that when we come with the crime states, more people are killed using these firearms, illegal firearms mostly. But there is a high number of people that are killed using knives, sharp things, even things like knobkerries, which means South Africans, in their mind, they are killers, in their mind, there is criminality. We'll have to work on that. Coming back to the guns, we are having a lot of campaigns against these guys. For instance, last 3 months, we destroyed 46,000 of those illegal firearms that the police, they collect around these places, having our own campaigns against illegal firearms. Maybe that's one call that we'll have to make to South Africans, to say maybe the time has arrived that we develop the laws where there will be less availability of guns that seems to be legal guns and are converted to illegal firearms. There are 4 sources of illegal firearms. One are those that are stolen, which is a big market, from the individuals that are supposed to be legal guns. 2 are the guns that cross the borders, illegally cross the borders. 3 are those that come from the notorious and criminal element within the law enforcement, the police and the soldiers. But 4 are those that come from the security companies are not taken care of. So we need to tighten there, but also we need to make sure that we punish people much higher, much tougher when they are found with these illegal firearms.
I want to now speak about the issue of traditional healers, because there's another point that you mentioned in your address. Recently in Joburg, in Soweto, we saw another killing of young boys, which may be related to a traditional healer. The same thing here, you mentioned that the suspects were found to be doing a cleansing ritual informed by a traditional healer. What role can law enforcement play? Because it seems that this is a growing trend, that every time these murders occur, there's a traditional healer behind it.
Well, as Mamunkonyeni said, but as we all understand, there are many other places where we know that these criminals, they go for cleansing before they go commit crime, and they go for cleansing after they've committed crime. That was the situation here. We were lucky that we found them when they're doing the cleansing, as you have seen what happened in Soweto, but there are many other places. So it was suggested here that maybe it would be a good thing to call all these people that are traditional healers, witchcraft or whatever they are and wherever they are. We did see some of them approaching the community in Gauteng, where they were saying, not in our name, maybe the time has come, and ask them to work with the police. Either they choose to be accomplices by not giving the information to the police, or they give the information to the police that the criminals are here, either pre-cleansing or post-cleansing, but it would not be a problem to work with those kind of communities so that we are able to act on those criminals before they commit these crimes.
Minister, we thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Well, there you have it, the Minister of Police, Bongani Gema, who's now going back, understand, to the proceedings here. As you can see now, I think the caskets will now be taken to where they will be buried. Minister saying that they are looking to engage with traditional healers, because we understand that this is another case that has a traditional healer linked to it.
All right, Bongani Gema live to us from KwaZulu-Natal in Pietermaritzburg. Thank you.